Hello, race fans. This is Larry Supermouth Huffman, AMA Hall of Fame announcer, and this isn't Supercross. It's Wednesday. And you're watching Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. Stand by while the boys teach secrets of bay bass fishing with Roman on his 6-second nitro-burning pedal drive kayak, and Brian in his Cool Baits high-speed dragster boat that he takes out every Sunday. Be there!
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Fishy Hour. Let's go. Round of applause from the live studio audience for the first comment of the day. And coming in first for the first time, that's a lot of firsts, Coach, a.k.a. Wharf TV. Let's go. Coach is here first, claimed it, and the first like of the evening goes to Jeff. One cool tuna in the house. Let's go. Type in exclamation point OCT into the chat and see what happens. Sounds a little dull in here, huh? In terms of music. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, tonight Brian is not available, so you're stuck with me, and we're gonna do this old school style. Before there was Brian, there was just me hanging out, talking about fishing, crying about not being able to fish during COVID. But anyway, let's have some fun. Let's catch up, get the club updates, and do the announcements. Catch up a little bit on life. And if Coach is available, we get him in here and do a little old school Monday or Tuesday style. I think it was a Monday, right? When we used to do the San Diego Fishing Report, Coach? I think it was Mondays, right? We're going to do a traditional Monday episode, okay? A good old-fashioned San Diego Fishing Report. And a lot of information for the local fishing scene. So, before we get this party started, go grab yourself a nice, refreshing beverage. It doesn't have to be anything alcoholic. It could be just whatever drink you like to chill out with. Today, I'm chillaxing with a little Stevia. They changed the branding, guys. They changed the cans. It's still Stevia, and this is still Dr. Zevia. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm missing shout-outs. I'll do shout-outs after this Pop Top, guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best Pop Top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst, rate this Pop Top. Let me know what you think. Scale of 1 to 10. All right, let's do some shout-outs after I take a little refreshing chug from this thing. I've been waiting for this thing. Oh yeah, burns so good. As you know the rules. At any given point during the stream, you can ask any fishing questions, and I will try to answer them to the best of my abilities. And if I get stumped, someone in the chat will help you. We'll figure it out together. That's what we do. Okay. All right. So round of applause. Shout out going out to Mr. Carl Black. What up, Carl? Welcome to the stream. One cool tuna. We got you, Jeff, already. We got the judge. What up, Eric? Eric the judge. Even Ramona Automotive in the house. Check them out for any repairs, smog checks. Ramona Automotive in Ramona. Shout out to Doug Ruben Espeño in the house watching us 5 nights a week, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just for you, Doug. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching us every day of the week. We appreciate your time. And handing out free beers, of course. Let's go. Coach Worf in the house. Got you ready. Spinning Rod Rebel Marvin. What up, Marvin? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you in here. Good seeing you at the launch for the Haunt the Bait Barge or Bait Barge of Horror. And we'll talk about that because it actually turned into a Bait Barge of Horror. Roman, mic is open. Yeah. I was talking into it on purpose. See what you guys would say. All right, cool. Catching up on the chat. Okay, more shout outs. I got Spinning Rod Rebel Marvin. I got Ken, Fishing Fool in the house. What up, Ken? Welcome to the stream. I got Leonard. Let's go. I got Steven Gage. Steven, what up, dude? Bit. I got Captain Dan in the house. Dario, dude, you missed out on the costumes for the bait barge, man. You would have won. I got Jared Brecht in the house. What up, Jared? Welcome to the stream. TBR art in the house. Todd Burton art, ! TB art. Check out his work. He does amazing work. What else we got in here? We got I think I got everybody. Got Carl. Yep, I got Carl. Jared, I got Jared. Oh, Zach Riggs in the house. What up? Let's go, Zach. Dave Rage in the house. All right, well, now we can start. We just need a Cal. Where's Cal at? All right, so that's what we got. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Bait Barge of Horror event, and some of the shenanigans that happened while at the event. I'm not trying to cause any drama, but I am gonna cause a little drama. So stay tuned. Save the drama for later in the episode. Question: who did win the costume contest? We ended up not giving away the reel for the costume contest, and I'm gonna use that in. Don't tell anybody, okay? It's just between me and the 14 of you watching. I'm gonna use that casting. I'm gonna use that reel that I was gonna put up for the costume contest, and I'm going to use that as my white elephant gift exchange. Okay, but you guys still only need to bring a $20 gift. I usually do a reel every year. It's becoming known, but just between you and I, there's gonna be an SLX somewhere in there. Maybe I'll wrap it in a big box to throw you off. I don't know, but it'll be in there. That's gonna be my white elephant gift exchange. Just to spice it up, you know, give you guys something to fight about. Fight. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. In case you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about. All right, let's jump into the calendar for the calendar on our Mad Max Fishing Club Discord server. We've done all of the events in October. The next event in November, we don't actually have a club event in November, but we do have the San Diego Anglers Club doing a swap meet at the Portuguese Hall. That's happening November 8th. So next week on a Wednesday, okay? Go and buy some stuff there, or set up you can call them and contact them to set up your own table if you want to sell some stuff at that thing. And perfect, coach. That works out just fine. And yeah, that's gonna happen November 8th. Reach out to the San Diego Anglers Club for information. Okay. Oh, is it host Arnie? Oh yeah, Arnie. Is Arnie in the chat? Might be in the chat. Reach out to Arnie. Okay. The next event that we have as a club, as a Mad Max Fishing Club, which is, again, open to the public. Anybody can come that is interested in checking out what the Mad Max are all about, right? Checking out what the type of dudes that hang out with the Mad Max, and seeing if it's your crowd or not, right? Because I understand it's like we're not for everybody, right? And we're not supposed to be for everybody. We're like the guys that are chill. Save the drama for your mama. We're just here to talk about fishing. Save the politics. Save all the random stuff that divides people, and just keep it to yourself. Okay? Let's talk about fishing. Go learn more fishing with your friends and just hang out. We have that common ground. Okay? We're unifying. Okay? Anyway, come check out the Mad Max. You're invited to the Mad Max holiday party, which we call Merry Macmas. That's happening at North Crown Point on December 9th, 2023. We've been once again, I say blessed with Captain Dan volunteering to make a ton of pizzas for us. The events are super fun, guys. It's at Crown Point Park, and it's outdoors. We set up a bunch of easy ups, and Captain Dan sets up a pizza oven. He makes like cool menus, and it does an amazing job. And we get together. He makes a bunch of pizzas. Every can figure out what kind of pizza they want. He'll make it and bake it. This year though, I don't know how Captain Dan feels about it, but I kind of want Captain Dan to just be the guy pointing at and having maybe other people do the work. I want Captain Dan to manage. And we need some people that are interested. I haven't talked to Captain Dan about this. I don't know how you feel about this, Captain Dan, but I would like for you to do most of your work with this finger like this. Okay. See if there's anybody that's interested in helping. If not, I'll volunteer to help. I'll be the pizza prep guy, and you can yell at me and make sure I'm doing it right, because that's a lot of work. And I appreciate you being there. And you're gonna be doing a lot of pre-work anyway, getting all the dough ready. I know you're gonna go all out, so I want to help you as best as I can. And if we don't have volunteers that can help you, if we don't have volunteers that you feel comfortable with helping you, then I'll just help you myself. Okay, and I'll be like you could be the chef, and I'll be like the sous chef or something, right? But yeah, that's what I want to do. Because Captain Dan does a lot for the group, and on that same line, we have opened nominations for Mac of the Year. It's also in the Discord server, so let's talk about that, because Mac of the Year, we declare the Mac of the Year on the during the Macmas event is when we actually declare the Mac of the Year for the previous year. So if you want to nominate somebody, go to our Discord server under MMFC main section. You'll see a little trophy that says Mac of the Year nominations. Go in there and nominate your favorite Mac. It could be just somebody in the club that took their time to explain something to you, maybe give you a ride somewhere to drop off your kayak or something like that. Just something nice that you think embodies and represents the spirit of the group, which is to be helpful to each other and to be excellent to one another. Okay, if you feel somebody in the club has been excellent to you, jump into the Mac of the Year and nominate them, right? Even if you think they won't win, just being nominated by somebody that you did something nice for is a really kind gesture, right? I feel like just being nominated is good enough to show that somebody noticed that you took the time to be helpful to them and kind to them. Okay, and that's what I like to see in the club, and that's what I like to promote. So I want to say thank you to you guys that have taken the time to help one another, and that's kind of what we do around here, right? That's the whole spirit of the group. So that is in the that is in the Mac of the Year section under the MMSC main section in the Discord server. If you don't know what a Discord server is, type in !MMFC or !Discord in the chat. You'll get a link with an invite to our Discord server. That's the only way you can get in, unless somebody sends you another invite that's already in the club, but that's fine. But if you're just here and you're watching it and you're hearing what Discord is, type in !Discord in the chat and you'll get an invite code. All right, I think that's it for the yeah, I think that's it, right? I think that's it for the announcements. On a completely random side note, I know Coach is standing by. Coach got like about 10-15 minute warning. Coach, 10-15 minute warning. On a completely random side note, in case you get, I know this is like a proud dad moment for me. One of my sons, my younger son, they had like a 3rd grade pumpkin carving contest, and I posted it in our Discord server, the general server. It's like a pumpkin eating a kid. It's got like legs sticking out. Go in the Discord, you'll see it. And we dropped off the pumpkin yesterday, and all the kids voted. And Julian, my son, he won the overall. so he didn't just win his class. He won like the whole 3rd grade. He won the whole 3rd grade contest. So he got like the big prize. He got the grand prize. So I was super stoked. I knew we were gonna get it. That idea was too good not to win. So he got 1st place out of all the 3rd graders in his school. So shout out to my son. Super proud of him for putting in the effort and trying something a little bit different. So round of applause from a live studio audience, right? Super stoked. Also, as some of you guys might know, I've been on that jiu-jitsu trail. I guess you could say that jiu-jitsu path. Getting my behind handed to me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What up, Roy? Roy in the house. Getting my behind handed to me every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Sorry, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Constantly sore, constantly beat up, but I love it. It's just such a hard thing to explain unless you do it. Roy knows, Zach knows, but today, boys, I got my second stripe. Let's go! Just now, I just came from the gym. I got my second stripe today. So second. I'm a white belt, but I got that's my second stripe. So I'm super stoked. Just wanted to share that. Super happy about it, and yeah, I just keep showing up. I keep stacking classes, and just trying not to get hurt, trying to survive long enough, or trying to survive with enough, with as little injury as possible, so that I can keep coming back. But it's hard, man. Today somebody put their knee on my chest so hard, I was like, so loud. Anyway, but so yeah, that's life. We're all caught up. So let's talk a little bit about the bait barge of horror. And fishing rights and fishing access. And I know I'm going to do this now because Brian doesn't like when I get crazy about fishing rights and fishing access and protecting those fishing rights. We had an incident where one of the guys that works at the bait barge started yelling at us to get out of the area between the two bait barges, right? He said we couldn't fish there. And there's a lot of confusion because I was under the impression that we do have access to the water. They don't own the water. We can transit through there. We're not stopped, and we're not blocking any traffic from getting through, right? It was a pretty slow night. I think the whole time we were there, and we were there for quite a while, from about 4 to like 7:30. There was maybe, I counted, I might have missed a few. There was probably 8 boats that came through and got bait, and they came through and got bait mostly on the outside of the bait barge, not even through the middle. But the guy was like super aggro, telling us to leave, just yelling at us to not fish between the two bait barges. And it was kind of annoying. And to the point where somebody in the group called the harbor police and asked if, what's the deal here? Can we fish here or not? Right? A lot of back and forth. Eventually the harbor police came over and talked to us and said that we could fish there, and that guy couldn't tell us that we couldn't fish there. So we're like, yeah, that's right, we can fish here. But then the harbor patrol officer goes to the bait barge guys and talks to them, and then he comes back again and he's like, oh, you know what, actually you can't fish in there. You can't fish in between the bait barges. And we're like, where does it say that? Like, show us where it says we can't fish between the two bait barges. We're like, what's going on? And he couldn't tell us. He's like, look, guys, I don't know exactly what the rule is here, but let's just try to get through the night and without any incidents, and just don't fish in the middle. And eventually, just because like we didn't want to stir things up, just like whatever. This place is lame anyway. So we just basically we made our way out of there and crossed over to the ABC rocks to fish there instead. But it was pretty intense at the beginning, and after the fact, one of our members called. What do you call? Let me see. I don't want to. You guys probably know who it is if you were there, but I don't want to call him out if he doesn't want me to get called out. He went through and he called the San Diego Port Authority, because the big thing was that they were saying the bait barge was saying that they have that is private property owned by the military, but they have an exception to use it, which is, I guess it's called the public easement. And so then we're looking into that too, and I guess a public. Let me give you the I'm gonna read to you guys a report, or like the report that I'm just gonna tell you who it is. Alex went through and called the San Diego Port Authority. Not Alex Norton. Alex One Man Kayak. Because initially Alex and I stayed behind, and we're like, no way, dude, we're not moving. And then the guy got on his little boat off the bait barge and came over, like kind of like at us with a boat, saying that he just wanted to get closer so he didn't have to yell at us. right? But I'm like, bro, you're coming at us with that boat. So I busted out my phone and started recording, and then he kind of like eased up, and like Alex pulled out his phone and started recording too. And we're like, what do you want what do you want? So anyway, eventually all that happened, and then the next days, Zach was there too. So Alex reached out to this. Here's a quick little report from Alex, and I'm gonna give you guys some links to some PDFs you guys can check out to be informed. Okay. And I'll ask Alex if it's okay for me to post that in one of our threads within our Discord server. But I think it's good for us to have this information and to know our rights, especially with situations like that. Especially if the guy on the bait barge is a freaking fisherman himself, right? Like, why are we attacking each other? If you're a fisherman, you know what we're doing. You're out here fishing, dude. Why are you harassing us, right? Anyway, here we go. He said, "What up, Roman? I contacted the San Diego Port Authority, and they provided me with the lease agreement for the bait barge and the boundary map. They clarified that while they're leasing the area, they cannot prohibit the public from entering. It can be used as a public easement, akin to a sidewalk, but they retain the right to ask us to leave if we disrupt their business. I recommend a thorough review of the lease. It's quite informative. This could be a valuable segment for Fishy Hour. Additionally, they specified that our presence must significantly disturb their operations, particularly during the use of heavy equipment particularly during the use of heavy equipment for them to ask us to leave. I'll send the information over to you." So yeah, that's a perfect way to summarize it, Alex, and I hope you're in the chat. If not, thanks for taking the time to research that and relay the information to us. I'm going to link. Oh, he actually posted the PDFs in here. Okay. I'll post the PDFs in our general tab, or maybe like I'll make an information tab so you guys are aware. I'll also post a picture that he sent that are the boundaries for their public easement. But yeah, that's what I figured. You know, we were there. It was a very slow night for them. And we were not disturbing their flow of traffic. Yeah, there was a lot of kayaks there. Maybe like, I don't know, how many of us were there, guys? Maybe like between 12, 15, 16 kayaks, right? It seems like a lot, but it's not that much. It's a big area, right? And of course, everybody sees a boat coming in. We weren't even on the same side of the bait barge as any of the boats that were coming in to get bait, right? And the traffic wasn't even that heavy for getting bait, right? We had sailboats going in between the two bait barges. We had sailboats coming through with like crowds of people, right? And we had like the SEAL tour bus coming through there, and they're not trying to get bait, right? They're just cruising through, right? And they had no issue with those guys cruising by, right? Anyway, that was like a buzz kill for the event, but we made the best of it. We had fun. You know who really made the best of it? Freaking Zach Riggs, dude. Zach Riggs this is his event, guys. This is his bread and butter. Zach Riggs, I looked over at one point and he was reeling his reel so fast to get his lure out of the water. And I was like, dude, are you bit? He's like, no, there's a boat coming. Because whenever Zach saw a boat coming, he would put on his Michael Myers mask, wait for the boat people to notice him, and then he'd pull out his knife. So that was hilarious. And then you hear the people in the boats go, "Ah!" or like, "That's cool, Michael Myers," right? It was so funny. So at least Zach was having a blast. It was fun still, guys. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was a little bit of drama, but it's a learning experience. Now we have the details. Now we have the information. I'm gonna put this together, send it out to you guys on Discord. Yeah, Dave, it was hilarious. Zach was having a blast. Okay, on some of those, I even joined him. I went over there with my Freddy Krueger claws and started swiping at people. And it was pretty funny. But yeah, other than that, The event was super fun. Everybody caught fish. I don't think anybody skunked. We made our way over to the ABC Rocks after that and snagged some more fish there. It was cool. It was a fun event. It was nice to see everybody. It was nice to see a lot of people, a lot of you guys again. Catch up. You know, those are the opportunities we don't get. Like especially here during the show, I don't get to hear back from you guys. It's always fun to talk to you guys one-on-one and just catch up on life, you know? Kids getting older, doing things with your kids and whatever. But it's just cool. It's cool to have the time to catch up with you guys. So that's what we have. That's what we like having events like that. And hopefully there won't be any get off my lawns at the MacMiss. We're gonna try to get that permit so nobody can tell us to get off their lawn, and we can tell people to get off our lawn. Okay? I'd be like, hey, don't stand around here. Anyway, that is the recap, and let me turn up my Skype so I can get coaching here for the San Diego fishing report. You know, talk about fishing, I guess. It's so funny. And I want to see what Coach has to say about this whole situation, because I'm sure he's gonna have some good insight. I'm telling you guys, like at the time, I was like, man, this sucks. Like I had a genuine like sick feeling in my stomach. I was like, oh man, like we're just out here trying to have some fun, dude. You see all of us in costume. We're out here messing around, just trying to have some fun, you know, with some friends. And you're over here telling us to leave. What a dude! Like, how, you gotta get your kicks a different way, dude. That was just so like, I was like, come on, dude, really? You have anything better to do, you know? Anyway, it was really upsetting. But eventually, I took a deep breath, let it out, watched Zach Riggs scare a few people on the boats, and then I was good to go. I found a good spot too. Those party poop. All right. Fishy hour. All right, Coach. If you're on, I'm logged in now to Skype, and I'll get you on here. Guys, call in when you're ready. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for Coach to call in, let me tell you. This is completely not fishing related. Hey, but you know what? Brian missed, guys. So Brian had to do something else. So I told Brian, you know what? I'm just going to talk to these guys about Bitcoin for like 10 minutes then. And I know you probably don't care about Bitcoin. You want to hear about it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Because the last time I told you about Bitcoin, it was like $24,000 or $25,000. And today, it's at $35,608. Okay? You got to start researching Bitcoin. You got to start understanding Bitcoin. I have a new show that I'm doing Monday through Friday, 12:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's called the Stack Sats Show. I jump on here, and for 20 minutes, 45 minutes during my lunch break at work, I do a show because it's that important for you guys to understand the value that Bitcoin has, right? As a way to preserve your wealth and prevent inflation from stealing your hard-earned money. Okay? So, if you're interested in that, go check it out. Religion, politics, and money, all things that shouldn't be brought up if we to stay civil, right? Well, the money's stealing from us, Salty, and we need better money. So go learn about Bitcoin. Go check out my show. It is called Stack Sats Show. I want to put it real quick in the chat, and then I'm gonna call Coach. Make sure it gets in here. Go subscribe to that channel, guys. We hit a pocket of subscribers on yesterday. Actually, I went from like 62 subscribers to like 89 in like a day. Is that the number behind you, Roman? Yes, Arnie, that's the number behind me. It's the backdrop for the other show, guys. I'm lazy. I just didn't feel like changing it. What up, Tyler? Dude, let's go, Tyler. It's been a long time, dude. How you doing, Tyler? Tyler's a slayer. Have you been fishing, Tyler? Been slaying those tuna? All right, boys. Yeah. Zach, if we talk about the next election, it doesn't matter who wins, dude. it doesn't matter who wins the next election because they're both, whoever wins, they're gonna continue to inflate the money, and when they inflate the money, you lose purchasing power. Okay, just remember that. Red, blue, doesn't matter. It's the money. Look at the money. Aaron Kruger in the house. What up, Aaron? It's been a long time, dude. It's good to see you in here. Wow. All right, let's talk about some fishing. Back, intermission is done. Let's just get back into the fishing topic. But yeah, guys, if you're interested in learning about Bitcoin, go over there. You know how I do it. I explain things as much as I can, and yeah, we'll take it from there. I haven't had a good summer. Ooh, I've had a good summer. Lots of tuna. Okay, very nice. Taylor, I don't know what's happening with the Discord, because all of the tuna pictures you've been sending us for PB shoutouts have been getting lost in the mail, dude. I don't know. You might need to check your phone, or maybe there's something wrong with our server. But yeah, we haven't received any of your submissions, dude. I'm sorry. Can you resend those? All right, I'm calling Coach. To get us a San Diego fishing report. You mute this music. Paging Dr. Worf. Paging Dr. Worf. Dr. Worf, are you around? I feel like we're missing something else I need to catch up on. Yeah, I don't think Coach is around. Coach, did you fall asleep? All right, let's keep the show rolling. Switching to swords and halibut. Oh, swordfish and halibut. Let's go. Wow. Tyler, do you harvest those or just catch and release? Do you catch and keep? And is swordfish good to eat? I mean, I've seen it on menus and stuff, but I've never tried it. Or the one time I tried it, it was so overcooked, it was like dry. So Dr. Coach wanted it in the ER, Dr. Coach. Boats and cars drain your funds. Oh yeah. Yeah. But they're fun. When is Los Alamitos trip happening? Zach, that is a great idea. I can't remember when we did it last year, but we haven't done the one this year. Oh, swordfish. Okay. So we haven't done one this year. Let's do it. We can probably do it. Let's see. Should we? Okay. In the chat, I know there's 26 people in here. Okay. Should we do a Los Alamitos trip in November? It's kind of hard because there's a lot of holidays. The holiday season is already starting. Would you guys be interested in doing a Los Alamitos trip in November? Or should we just wait until next year? Maybe do it in January. Swords are great. They're the closest to a fish like steak in my... Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh. Very nice. Dara, you fish swordfish too? Yeah, for me, those fish, it's so much power, dude. I just don't feel comfortable with a fish like that. First of all, I don't have the gear for it. And then on top of that, that's a lot of meat to process. Like everything is like magnitudes bigger, so even just moving it around seems like a task. Okay, but I will try it. I'll try it again. I'll go have like a fish sandwich or something. Fish tacos. Do a poll. All right, here we go. The poll is going to be Los Alamitos trip. When Los Alamitos trip will be the thing. November 23. November 2023. Or is January going to be too cold? Or sometime next year? 2024. It's so crazy. It's almost 2024, guys. So crazy. I'm gonna turn this music back on in the background because I don't know what's happening with Coach. All right, here we go. Starting the poll. Do you think we should plan a Los Alamitos trip in November or push it until 2024, the beginning of 2024, maybe the first quarter of 2024? What do you guys think? Survey says vote and let's figure it out. Tyler says we're using Talica 50s with real crankies. With real crankies? Gear is the important, but waiting for the bite is like watching paint dry. So you basically just fly line bait, Jeff, for a swordfish. Watching paint dry is more fun, says Tyler. Do you need a different certificate or a different license to harpoon them, don't you? Arnold said, "You cheating with a power drill?" What? Okay, I'm about to close out the poll. We're about 55%. Wait till next year. It's hard to do things last minute, guys, and it's hard to find the time. But we're gonna announce when the Los Alamitos trip will be next episode. And it's going to be in 2024. And you will have at least 2 months worth of warning. So you can get a babysitter. You can tell your significant other that, sorry, I'm going to go fish with the boys. You can get permission. You can do whatever it takes for you to get permission to come out with us. We'll do the Los Alamitos trip. It's a blast. And you know we're gonna get tacos afterwards, because that's part of the best. That's kind of like the best part. Carpooling to a random taco place after we fish Los Alamitos and getting tacos. There we go. Salty's in for tacos. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, that was a blast, guys. That was fun. That's the kind of stuff that makes a group like so much fun. Just showing up, taking over, catching all the fish, throwing them back, and then eating all the tacos and try not to pass out on the way home. I do what I want. At least when my wife says I can. Let's go, Zach. Exactly. I do what I want when my wife is okay with it. All right? That's so good. Oh my gosh. All right. All right, let's see. Let me jump in here real quick. Same here, says Dario. Let's go. Tacos, we're good. Hey, poor anglers assistant. Oh, yeah. What the guys use for catfish. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. You can use a reel to reel back the kite. The after party is fun, if not more fun than the events. I know, right? Sometimes it's just like an excuse to hang out and talk. It's pretty funny. That's interesting. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys, actually. So maybe I'll let you guys go a little bit early. We'll talk for a little bit longer. If Coach calls me, then we'll do a segment with Coach. If not, no worries. He might have had to handle an emergency. The judge says, Roman, please let me know when you think the web page might be ready. Oh, I'm slacking on that, Judge. I'm sorry. All right, boys, we're gonna set up the website for Spotty Bowl. Dude, I can't believe this. 2024. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Spotty Bowl 2024. But first, let's get the man, the myth, the legend, direct from Wurf Studios. It's Wurf TV. Let's go. What up, Coach?
The Benny Hill music was playing last time. I think it was the
You're watching the delayed one?
What was it then? It would be the I guess it would be the Monty Python Flying Circus music this time. Yeah, it was. Sorry about that, Roman.
All good. No worries. No need to apologize, coach. I'll take whatever time you got when you got it. And if you can't, I understand and I 100% appreciate when you can show up. Okay. So no worries at all. No need to ever apologize to me for that. So what is your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the bait barge incident? We're gonna start controversial, guys. We're going in. We're going in hard. Tell us what you think. Don't hold back. Just don't cuss.
Okay, so my personal opinion is that you're always going to have the privileged few that are going to be like, "This is my water. It has nothing to do with you.
He kept saying, "This is my place of work, guys."
Get out."
Yeah, he kept saying, "This is my place of work."
I work here.
Oof.
I work here. Screw you. Okay.
Pretty much.
As
and he's coach. It was this. This is what drove me nuts. Come on, guys. I fish too. This is my place of work. You guys can't fish here. I'm like, what is it? What does you fish too have anything to do with it, right? If anything, if you fish too, you should be more understanding that we're just out here trying to have fun, trying to fish. We're in costumes, dude. We're not over here trying to do anything anyway.
That's exactly it. You have a privileged few. They're going to say, "Oh, no. These fish belong to me." Okay. Look, it's been around forever. It'll be around forever. I'm sure that back in the tribal days, they were doing the same thing. It's all about, in my opinion, it's all about what's legal and what's enforceable.
Yeah.
If it's legal and it's not enforceable, then the legality doesn't matter.
Here's the other detail that was kind of annoying, and Brian pointed this out. A couple other guys pointed this out. The initial reaction from the harbor police was that, yeah, we're in the right. We can fish there. But after he talked to the guy at the bait barge, he kind of like got swayed because the guy at the bait barge was like, "Well, we have a fishing license, blah, blah, and sorry, we have a business license, blah, blah. They're interrupting our business, blah, blah." And I think the harbor police guy got kind of freaked out. He came back and he's like, "Well, sorry, guys. Actually, you can't fish there." Right? So then when Brian and other guys pressed him to tell us like where it actually says that, he's like, "Well, honestly, guys, I can't tell you. I don't know." So you're the law there, right?
Yep.
It's harbor police. Harbor police, right? That's your job. That's your harbor, right? I'm sure that's not the first time that the incident has happened where people get kicked out of there and nobody says anything about it because they just assume, right? So he needs to know what the rules are in order to enforce. Because now he's just enforcing whatever the guy said because he thinks he's right? Maybe he speaks better than us. I don't know, right? It just,
I can tell you from my decades of experience serving the public.
Oh, there we go.
A lot of times it's about what is the least hassle for the law enforcement.
Yeah. Because
it's whatever is most convenient.
Whatever's gonna de-escalate, it seemed, right? He was more about like, all right, guys, just get through the night without incidents, and you gotta have a good night. Like he was trying to just peace out, you know?
Yeah.
He was trying to get out of there.
That guy doesn't want anything to do with your conflict with the bait bar.
He's like, "Sorry, bro, I'm not interested in your cause."
And many, many times I've seen it where police either are interacting with homeless people living on public property, or even, remember during the lockdowns, even if you walked and fished, they kicked you off the beach, right?
Yep.
But if you just walked, they wouldn't kick you off the beach. If you walked and casted and walked and casted and walked and casted, they would kick you off the beach for fishing.
That's lame.
Even though the people walking down the beach had no problem.
They're stopping to take a picture of the sunset, take a selfie.
That's right. That's right. And it's the same thing that we've seen a million times with San Diego County lifeguards and a million other spots. Whether it's guys making bait at the Scripps Pier, or whether it's just a guy fishing and somebody swims close to him. Oh, you can't be within 300 yards of the swimmers, which is totally made up.
Oh,
you can fish on top of people swimming. You can fish on top of people surfing, although I don't recommend it. To me, our coastline is first come, first serve, but accommodate everybody you can.
Yes, that sounds fair. That sounds reasonable. That sounds like a reasonable thing. You know, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. And look, nobody's coming within 6 feet of a fisherman unless they have an agenda, right?
Oh yeah, and then the thing about like getting on his little center console, coming over so they wouldn't have to yell at us from across the bay. That was kind of weird. That was super weird.
That's right. So it's all about what's convenient for the law enforcement. Kick the can down the road, bury the issue, whatever you need to do to just make it not a problem. Do it right now. That is their directive from the minute they get on shift to the minute they go home. Is okay. How can we minimize this to the greatest degree possible? And let's just move on. We don't care about the legalities. We don't care about what the truth is. We don't care about any of this stuff. We just want to call it and be done.
We're out here because you guys called, but we're trying to get this resolved so we can get back to our chess game back at the station. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you have to remember these guys are dealing with like boat fires
That's
and
true.
the free moorings, and
That's true.
And believe me when I tell you that the amount of chaos that homeless people cause for the police is insane.
Oh, interesting.
It is insane. My cousin worked for law enforcement. And he goes, you know what I think is really weird over the whole pandemic thing? I said, what's that, cuz? He goes, I would like to be able to track the number of nudity calls we get. I would love to see the statistics, because it like tripled over the pandemic. People just wandering around naked.
Oh my gosh.
Or naked and blanded out of their mind or whatever.
Yeah. And I remember one time, speaking of naked homeless people, what up, John? Welcome to the stream. One time I was, Salty said chess. More like checkers. Oh, there we go. Just kidding. I was coming back to the MMFC launch spot by Point Loma. No, I'm sorry. Liberty Station, the park, and the little beach that forms right there. I can't remember. I don't know if it was like I pulled an all-nighter and I was coming back super early, or like at dusk, or if it was or if the sun was about to set. Anyway, it was a warm day. It was unusually warm, and I'm coming back to the beach, and like, there's somebody at the shore, and at first I don't know what's going on, so I'm going in trying to figure out how I'm get momentum on the kayak so I can pull the drive out and make that little turn before I hit the shore. And as I'm doing that, I pull out the drive, I turn and I land. I'm like, yes. And then I look over and there's this lady there just like full on, like not wearing any clothes, just kind of bathing herself at the water's edge. I was like, wow, it's crazy. It was wild.
Do we have time for a true story from once upon a time?
Story. Let's go. Story time.
That's right. So, sorry, Roman, my allergies have been kicking my behind the last couple of days.
All good.
Hey, I managed to stay behind. You should be proud of me, Roman.
Nice.
Anyway, so believe it or not, I was in this place called the Caw Swamp in South Carolina, and I was hunting snakes. Rest in peace, Tex. I'm sure you're in the grave long by now. Thank you for giving me access to that spot. I appreciate it. But I was in there snake hunting. I was catching cottonmouths, right? Everything was going good. Everything was fine. I come up kind of over this like hump in the swamp. I'm like, oh, there'll be a creek on the other side. I'll check the bank. And there was a thing. I don't know if it was male or female. In fact, I'm not 100% it was human.
Oh, wow.
But it looked like, how do I describe this?
A reptilian?
No, I wish it was anything reptilian. Then it would be real smart.
Oh, so cool.
It was like a fat, pinkish white, walrus-looking maybe person thing.
Oh, well.
Laying in the swamp bottom, out like away from any buildings I could see or knew about. And I took a half a glance at that thing and I said, no. I'm going to go back. I'm going to wade across the deep water, leeches be damned, and I'm going to work my way around this thing. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know what it is. I didn't want any part of anything to do with that. So
that's wild.
True story from once upon a time in the Caw Swamp in Orange, South Carolina. If you want to look it up,
how do you spell that?
It's I think it's CAWCAW.
Okay, it's not CACA in Spanish.
No. Call.
Hey, I'm good tonight. I got the jokes tonight, Coach. Got the jokes. We got Brian. You got nothing on me, Brian. Anyway.
So a true story from Once Upon a Time in the Caca Swamp in South Carolina by Orange.
You'll never catch me in the Caca Swamp, dude.
Yeah, you're
Not
telling me I
fishing that
shouldn't have gone in there the first time, Roman. I should have just known. That was also where I got my nose broken and my cheek broken.
God.
Broken years later.
Jeez. Scary.
Rest in peace, Tex. Thank you for putting me on one of the best cottonmouth spots I ever found in my life. So,
if you guys didn't know, guys, in a previous life, well, not previous life, earlier in his life, Coach is still he's like a snake charmer, you know, trap snakes, lizards, random stuff like that, cobras, cottonmouth, all those dangerous reptiles. Do you remember when we first started the show, dude? We used to come on here and just used to share stories about like your hunting expeditions, your hunting stories. Like, let me tell you about the one time when I was looking for cobras or something like that. Those are some crazy stories. That's so funny.
Yeah, the early days of Fishy Hour, you would be like, "It's Coach's story time," and we would launch into some ridiculous BS. I mean, you have to admit, it's freaking terrifying when you're hunting the freeway, not the freeway, the flyway area out of MIA in Miami, because they used to keep those areas clear of all buildings.
Oh.
So it's like a jungle at like each freeway entry, but this was before 9/11. So
crazy.
None of it was fenced or anything. So every time a hurricane happened, all the hurricane debris was scattered everywhere through those things, and it was all natural area. I lifted a 4x8 sheet of plywood that was part of a sign once upon a time, probably put there by Hurricane Andrew.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I hear the hollow hiss of a blackneck spinning cobra. He hooded up. I dropped the board on him. Man, I got out of there, dude. I was not ready for anything like that.
Real quick, guys, in the chat, let's not. The police are a necessity in our society. They do a job that they have to do, and it's not an easy job, like Todd was saying. So, I'm sorry if it came off. I'm trying to disrespect the police officers or the police profession, but they should know those rules. Okay, I'm not saying that they're bad people because they don't know the rules, but they should know the rules. If I got asked about a routing policy or a security policy on one of my routers that I managed for my normal job, and I didn't know what it was, how do you think that's going to reflect on my next promotion if I even make it to my next promotion? If I don't know what my job is, if I don't know what I'm getting paid to do, right? Just really simple. It doesn't have anything to do with not liking police or liking police. It's just as simple as those are the requirements to do your job, and you're a law enforcement. In order to enforce laws, you must know the laws. Simple. Okay? Not trying to be rude, not trying to be mean to anything, and it's just facts. Okay? Anyway.
And Roman, I just want to let you know, whether I'm at work or whether I'm off work, I also have a tremendous respect for the police. They have to deal with so much stuff that the public just never even sees. I mean, I get to see that as part of my real job, but the amount of stuff that they just have to deal with on an everyday basis, they have to make calls where no one knows what the right answer is.
Yeah,
there are actually laws that contradict other laws. And so they kind of have to choose a medium, like, hey, we're just going to try to get by. We're going to try to code everything. We're going to try to move forward. I've seen it countless times, especially with the homeless laws.
Yeah.
And just the amount of stuff those guys have to deal with. Anytime I'm with law enforcement or anytime they come up with me, hey, you, I say, hey, you do whatever you need to do. I'm right here. I'm happy to talk or not talk, whatever you need.
Yeah.
I always try to be supportive of law enforcement in those situations because a lot of times you're just dealing with one bunghole on the other end.
Yeah, we were super respectful. So the interactions between the Harvard police and everybody in our group was respectful. And in the end, we did what they asked us to do, which just like we eventually just moved off because, like you said, less conflict, right? But we still need to get educated on the real rules and be able to defend ourselves down the road. So that's the whole point of that, guys. It's not a piece on beating up on the police or anything like that. It's just a piece on like knowing our rights and knowing when to stand up for your rights, right? And if you know you're in the right, you should, right? You should, because our fishing rights are always getting prodded, right? It's like, hey, oh, you know what? Now you can't rock fish, right? Oh, no, now we're doing 2 sheep's head. Sorry.
Like, now you can't fish this piece of shoreline in La Jolla. This other piece of shoreline. This other.
But guess what? You need a new license this year, and the price went up. Right? Oh, you need a saltwater enhancement stamp too, right? Oh, you want to catch bugs? Oh, you need a different license for that. And all that money is going to what? Towards further restricting your fishing zones, right? So it's like, what? We're funding our own dismay, like we're funding our own like destruction.
I've said it a million times, Roman. It's death by 1,000 cuts.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's get positive, because do you want to do fish? Do you want to do fish counts?
Let's just do a brief one and call it.
Brief one. Yeah, we don't need to do the charts. Let's just do the.
We'll just take a quick look. We'll just take a quick look. It'll explain everything that's going on. We can go through it pretty quick. I'm hopefully pretty good at it by now, Roman.
Oh, you're good at it. You're good at it. I just want to press a button, Coach. You know, tell me when you're ready.
I know how you are. Go on ahead.
Here we go. By popular demand. Oh, yeah, it is. That's right. That's right. No, that's not it.
Nope.
Hold on. That's PB shoutouts. Give me a second, boys. Man. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Get ready. Here comes this week's San Diego Fishing Report.
Let's go. All right. There it is. San Diego Fishing Report.
All right, Roman, we got to chop through this quick. So let's hit the high points. These big tides, you'll see the afternoon today or midday today, 11:20 to 6:55 is about 5.7 feet. These big tides mixed with our rather nasty waves the last few days have ripped up lots of surf grass, making life difficult for shore fishing. Keep this in mind if you're heading down to the cliffs or one of the big beaches, you're likely to run into some trouble. So try to pick spots that typically have less salad than others until all this settles out after the weekend. You ready to look at some dock totals, Roman?
Yes, sir.
If it loads. I've been having crashing problems. Okay. So again, it's rockfish, sculpin, sand bass, sheephead for the half days. And the longer range trips are targeting bluefin. However, come back. Come here. Come on, Fido. Come on, be a good one. There we go. Again, rockfish and reds, calico, sand bass, all that up north. The boys up north are doing better than us right now on the half and 3/4 day fishing. And of course, up the coast, it's rockfish. Some boats are figuring out where the sole are. 6 Petrali sole out of Alameda. So keep that in mind, my friends.
Very nice.
When you're planning your trip, Petrali sole can be found along a lot of our shoreline. Hopefully our local party boats figure out how to target them sooner than later. All right, temp break. If it loads. Here we go. All right, these temps are only about 70 degrees, which means we do still have local tuna. It's going to take them some time to readjust after the cool down. They will get back on the chew. I think your best bets are like day to day and a half range, maybe 2-day range or longer for some. Let's see if the Microsoft map will load here.
Nice. I think it's so much warm water.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of 70 degree water out there. You can see the warmer sections here.
I'm surprised they're not showing a bunch of Dorado, dude.
Really, you need temps over 72 for Dorado to feed well.
Nice.
So even right now at this moment, we're looking at water temps 68, 69.
Oh, okay.
These tuna will get back on the feed. It'll just take some time at the current.
We're pretty late into the year
temperatures.
too, yeah.
All right, so here's my favorite SST.
That's cool.
You know, Roman, screw you with your favorite SST. This is my favorite SST.
Hi.
I'm just messing with you, Roman. You know I love you.
Are the tuna still close to us? Are the tuna still close to us? Asks Zach.
There are some tuna in close. It's going to take a couple of days of being adjusted to this cooler water for them to turn on, I think. You can see we got 70-degree water here off northern Baja. Even out here off of Guadalupe. But all this is all 69, 70, 68, 69, 70-degree water. I think the tuna will get going. I think the bluefin will get going back with it soon. We'll see how that goes.
But mostly in the Mexico side, right?
Mostly on the Mexico side, but I think we still got tuna on our side. It's just a little cool for them to eat this soon after a major temperature change.
Okay, that makes sense.
And of course, I got to include some long range stuff. Here's the AA. They got on some skinnies yesterday.
Oh, nice. Well, that's an amberjack on the right.
I mean,
there's a yellowtail or amberjack? It looks like brown. I guess it's a yellowtail, but for a split second, I thought it was amberjack. I think it might just be the angle of the sun.
Yeah, it's the angle of the sun on this one. That's a big yellowtail. Yeah. I mean, look at the size of this the skinny right here.
Gee.
They're in full swing down south, in long range. And obviously the bite is very, very good. Come on, man. Don't do this to me.
Jeff, if you're in here still, what reel setup would you recommend for fishing for those wahoo like that size? Like what size reel, what size rod? Or also,
those are some real nice right here. Very when they're laying on the deck and the guys are back there trying to lift them, there's some nice wahoo.
Jeff said big.
Yeah, nice. You're looking at a 40 size fathom for sure.
Jeez.
Obviously they're getting into some yellowfin down there. What a beautiful fish, man! Just gorgeous.
Oh, that's nice. It's a great picture. That guy's freaking strong, dude. That guy's one-arming that thing.
Yep.
Like a champ. That's a nice one, too.
Yeah, there are some really good fish being taken on long range. I just wanted to toss that out there. You ready to go back to my face, Roman?
Yes, sir. That's cool. Very nice. Well, we've reached the top of the hour. It is 8 o'clock. Do you know where your baits are? Just kidding. Oops. Well, sorry, Brian. You're out of the picture. Let's see, where is he? Coach, split. There it is. All right, Coach. Last but not least, hit us with a little
wisdom of the week.
You're a funny guy, Roman. I've always appreciated that about you.
I try to be funny. It's the best way to stay young.
Salud y vida, señor.
Cheers. Salud.
So, there's a couple things I want to bring up. Holiday season is on us. And this is a time when a lot of mental health issues will come to the surface for everybody. If you're struggling, please reach out to me. I'm an open book. I always have been here. I always have it here with Roman and everywhere too. So if you're struggling, please reach out. Always remember the short road's always waiting for you, whether it's an hour or 30 years from now. So please reach out and make sure you include us, your community, please. I beg you. The other part is fishing wise, we're in that transitional time, right?
Yep.
How many times have we talked about it, Roman?
Yep.
So fall is going to be transitioning into winter. The temperatures are going to cool. Be flexible. Be willing to change your targets. Don't be locked into one technique. These things will bring you a lot of success in days to come. We are going to be seeing some big surf birds in soon. The big girls are going to come in to drop their babies.
Oh, that's right.
We're going to have, and that means it's going to trigger a big leopard shark bite. I imagine the soup fin bite's on right now for the guys fishing the surfing cliffs. Just keep in mind, if you're hooking a shark, be in a place where either you can release the shark safely or you can harvest the shark with the minimum damage to you and the shark. Obviously, the rules are there for a reason. Don't take more than your limit. But if you harvest a shark, especially a soup fin, we got lots of them. It's no problem. Treat it right. Bleed it out. Soak it in a tide pool or some salt water for an hour or two. Hang it up and let it cure for a while, and then store it loosely covered in your fridge for a day. You'll have lots of great fillets, lots of great meat.
Coach, when you say drain it out, bleed it, and soak it in like a tide pool, right?
Yep.
While it's still intact, right?
Yep. Bleed, soak, hang, dry.
Okay. So when you're hanging it, it's still intact. You dry it and then you fillet it.
Yep.
Okay.
You dry it out and then you fillet it.
How long do you dry it out for?
At least it's a couple hours per step. So keep in mind, if you hook a soup fin and you bring him to shore and he's bleeding or whatever, you probably have 6 hours of work ahead of you.
Okay.
Not all at the same time, but
right. The process takes about 2 hours per step. Got it.
Yep. You want at least a couple hours per step, and then the last one, drying it, you just stack the fillets loosely in the fridge, cover them gently. You don't want to seal anything in.
Yep.
Give lots of time for those ketones and ammonia compounds to come out of the meat, and it'll be great. You make tacos, share with your neighbors,
sounds
whatever.
Good. That sounds actually pretty good.
Yeah, and actually, I don't promote his stuff too much over here. I know how you feel about it, Roman. But John from Cast and Spear and I, we did harvest one.
Oh, cool.
We kind of showed part of it. And he was super respectful of the fish. I was really appreciative.
Nice.
And then at the end, it shows kind of how he shared it with family and friends. And everything worked out great. But I ask people, if you're going to target big sharks and big rays in the winter, be either ready to harvest the fish or be in a position where you can release it alive in good condition.
Yeah. Is it fair to cut the line and leave the hook in it?
It's okay, but you want to cut the line as close to the hook as possible.
Right.
And ideally, if you can, you get a pair of bolt cutters in and you cut the hook.
Oh yeah,
itself.
okay, that makes sense.
That way
it'll fall out easier.
Yeah, the point can work its way out, and you're good.
Yeah.
And if you fish for sharks or rays during the winter, there's some big ones around. We're coming up on that time when those 250-pound bat ray girls are going to be on the back of missions in San Diego
I know,
Bay.
it's so scary.
Just please be respectful of our fishery. I mean, if you're going to harvest the bat ray, harvest one, but don't harvest 30. You know what I mean? It's real simple. It's pretty dumb. But, some of us really enjoy leaning on those big fatties in the winter. So if you're going to harvest one. It's cool. Yeah. Just try to act like a spear fisherman in this.
Yep. You
want to take one trophy, take one, but let the rest go.
Yep.
So
very cool.
And please, if you're gonna get into this winter action, do not target these fish from jetties, piers, unless you plan on harvesting a fish. If you harvest a fish, harvest it and go home.
Yeah.
It's real simple. I mean, it's just common sense. Otherwise, they're going to be biting off even more of our fishing and trying to regulate. We don't want that.
Yep. More reasons. Give them excuses to regulate. They're going to regulate us anyway.
They're going to regulate us anyway. Let's not give them any more excuses than we have to.
Fodder, yeah. Cool. That's some good wisdom of the week right there, Coach. Glad you had the time to jump into the show today. I'm sorry for the last second invite, but you do pretty well on your feet, like a cat. Like a cobra. All right.
I would hope after all the jetting missions I've done over the years,
I know, right?
I can navigate a few rocks, okay?
Very nice. Very nice. All right. You can check out Coach's content and all of his social medias. You can find him on Twitter at WorfTV. You can find him on YouTube at WorfTV. And if you put an exclamation point Worf in the chat, you'll get a link to his channel. Go over there, subscribe, watch his shorts, watch his long form content. And once again, Coach, so nice to have you on the show. Thanks for taking the time. I appreciate every minute you give us. And with that, we're taking Coach out with a round of applause from the live studio audience. Thanks, Coach.
Peace, Roman.
Alrighty. And just like that, we've concluded one more episode of Fishy Hour. What episode number is this? I don't know, but we'll be here Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to hang out, talk about fishing, catch up, random stuff. And get ready for Macmas, boys. Get ready for Macmas. It's going to be a blast. I want to see everybody there. Even if you just can show up for a little bit, just show up. It'll be a blast, okay? We're going to be putting up the Macmas check-in or the Macmas thread so that we get a head count and make sure we have enough pizzas for everybody. Give Captain Dan some heads up on how many people to expect to feed, so we don't make too much pizza, but we don't have too little pizza. Okay, it's gonna be a blast. So with that, I'll leave you guys and with some shout outs. So shout out to Spinning Rod Rebel Marvin. Shout out to Leonard. Shout out to Salty. Thanks for helping me mod today, guys. Keeping all these guys in check. You guys have to have like the easiest mod job. Just kidding. The easiest mod job, because everybody in the chat is awesome. You guys rock. You guys are patient with each other, answer each other's questions, participate in the show. Like, what else could I ask for? It's fantastic. Shout out to Doug, Ruben, Estoy in the house, enjoying that slice of pizza. Provecho, as I say in Spanish. Shout out to Coach, Worf TV in the house. Shout out to Zach Riggs, Michael Myers, aka Michael Myers in the house. Shout out to One Cool Tuna Jeff. Thanks for tuning in today, Jeff, and thanks for helping us out with the extra experience that you have and the information on setups. Shout out to Arnie. What up, Arnie? Good to see you in here. Shout out to Captain Dan. Shout out to Dario. Shout out to Aaron Kruger in the house. Shout out to Roy. Shout out to John. And if I missed, shout out to Tyler. Come back, Tyler. Send us your pictures of the awesome catches you're sending for PB shout out next week. Okay. Send it to Brian at Brian Likes to Fish on Instagram or through our Discord server. All right. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Yeah, have a great night. I'll see you guys next week. But until then, may the bite be with you. Woo!